So I make long, like 15 to 20 minute videos. Free flowed. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna say. All I know is the topic that I want to talk about. Now, the reason I do this is because short form content can be misunderstood. It's when you hear something out of context, or even when you read something, you don't fully understand what the person's saying. Now, sometimes you do. Sometimes you can read something and you will get the message that the person was trying to give. But someone else can read that same status or that same post and misunderstand the post, and then they get the wrong information. This happens with on like shorts or TikTok or like short videos. I'll have a 20-minute video, and this just happened recently, where it's like I'll have a 15-20 minute video, and I'll like a clip of what I said in the video and share that clip. And because that clip is out of context, someone can misunderstand the clip. So this happened recently where basically it was just some dude, misunderstood what I was saying. So then, I just kind of clarified that this is what I mean, and that like it's a clip, so it's out of context. So you might not understand the actual thing I'm trying to say in the clip. To understand the clip, you would have to watch the full 15 to 20 minute video to fully understand what I'm talking about. The reason why I make 15-20 minute videos is because I've spoken enough to understand that it's like it takes a lot of time to actually speak your mind, because people want quick information. They want it so fast, but if I give it to you fast, you don't understand what I'm actually trying to give you because you don't have the whole thing. My daughter used to do this, right? Where like she'd ask a question, but then she wanted the short, condensed answer. If you want the short, condensed answer, you're not going to have the full answer to your question. That's the problem. It takes. I remember somebody said something like, um, attention isn't free. You have to pay attention, or information isn't free. You have to pay attention. That's so real. You have to be able to pay attention for a long enough period of time to actually gain real information. So, a post, I can easily just type up a post real quick and send. But because I didn't make a 20-minute video on that post, the thing could be misunderstood. So, short form content can easily be misunderstood. And this is why, I think this is why there's people that like Andrew Tate and there's people that hate Andrew Tate. Because the people that, let's say you hate Andrew Tate, that means the algorithm was pushing you out videos that was pissing you off of Andrew Tate. The people that like Andrew Tate, that means that the algorithm was pushing them videos of things that they agreed with, or like, so if you listen to the whole clip though, the whole 20 minutes of him speaking, you will actually understand what he's saying. But if all you heard was the moment that he was hype as fuck, then of course you're gonna have a different point of view. We also need to get to an understanding of why. So the reason why people seen Andrew Tate, like the hype as fuck version of him, people say he's a misogynist, he's a this, he's a that. Well, he's not. That's what you think because all you seen was him had like little clips of him getting hype as fuck or saying something about women that you disagree with or saying whatever, but because you missed the context, most of the things he says about women, people will be like, "Oh, he's a misogynist." But if you listen to him speak for 20 minutes, you'll understand why he says what he says. But because you don't want to take the time to actually understand why he said that little clip that you didn't like, you'd have to listen to 10 minutes of him speaking before he got to that point. Because And another issue is that we have a problem with the world. Okay, so the problem with the world is that if if we don't piss people off, we don't get views. Like if you don't say something that is hype, like that's why people will have a long form thing and they'll clip out the best moments from that long form thing. That's great, but what's not great is if you are trying to clip out the parts that are going to make people whatever, because social media is set up to blow your shit up if people engage. So if they like or comment, your channel will get more views. So you have people that are trying to be extreme just so they can get people to comment, just so they can get people mad, and by them commenting and getting mad, it blows up their video. That's a huge problem. This is why you see more people, more extreme shit. You just see more extreme shit. You hear more extreme shit because of this issue. I have this issue as well, okay? I don't ever think about like, oh, this is going to make people hype, or this is I don't think about other people. I'm just me, right? But that's also a problem because I make 20-minute videos. I could easily start clipping out all of my most extreme moments. The moments where I'm sober as fuck and I'm hype as fuck and yeah, I can easily make 100 clips of just me pissing people off. And I'm gonna blow up overnight. But then people misunderstand me, or like then they really don't get it. They'll have a certain point of view of me based off of the clips that they've seen. And if the only clips they've seen was when I was sober and extremely caffeinated, they're going to be like, oh, this dude's an asshole. Oh, he's kind of aggressive. Oh, he's kind of a. It's. No, I'm a human. And we're so used to seeing curated content that is designed for you to like it, content that is designed to piss you off, so then therefore you comment. We're This is the problem with social media. So I guess that's the problem with short form content. I like short form content because I like the idea of like, here's 5 clips from this video, and if you like the clips, go watch the full video. Here's 5 clips from this podcast, and if you like the clips, go watch the whole podcast. I like that idea, but this idea gets fucked up because we start seeing real quick that the things that people engage with are the extreme shit. Like the most viewed TikTok video that I have has over a 500,000 views. Okay, over a 500,000. But it was where I had this insane trip where I'm fucking seeing life and death and all this other shit. So I'm bawling my eyes out like a baby, trying to hold myself together. So I'm talking to the camera and whatever. And I decided to upload that clip. I wasn't going to upload it because I don't like to put that out. I would rather of me have the trip be over and me not crying so that I could speak to the camera correctly. But it was kind of it kind of solidified this idea that the most extreme shit is what will get views, good or bad. People always hear about people's trips. They rarely see people that are actually freaking out in the trip or bawling their eyes out in the trip because very few people want to document in those very intense moments. So, because I just so happened to document in that intense moment, that video blew up. So, it made me think about how there's people that'll have something blow up, like a short form content thing will blow up. And this is probably why Andrew Tate got so misunderstood. Because Andrew Tate's team probably seen that the videos that were blowing up the most were with the ones that he was hype and he was being controversial what he's saying. So they didn't want to upload the clips where would actually show the real him. Like, they was like, no, because that's not gonna get any views. So this is why I don't give a fuck about views. It's shitty that like my channel's not as big as I wanted it to be yet, but it's also, I'm not gonna just clip out the most intense versions of me and put that out to the internet just for people to accept me or to pay attention to me or to like. But that's the problem, is short content can be so misunderstood because it's out of context. That's why I'm very cautious with the clips that I put out, because I don't want the first impression of me on people to be the angry version, the hype version, the sad version, the crying version. But it was like the on TikTok, the video that blew up, I'm bawling my eyes out like a baby because I'm having this intense realization in a trip and all this other shit, whatever. But it got so much engagement, so much whatever, because it was, one, relatable, because there's people that trip balls that have had those moments, and two, it pissed people off. It pissed some people off because because I was just tripping. So I used this controversial term, the truth, and it pisses people off when somebody's like, here's the truth, and then somebody will comment and say, nobody can know the truth, you don't know what you're talking about, whatever. And it's just like, so it got them to comment, which then got people to blow up it just blew up the video, because there's either people that are commenting and saying, I understand what you're saying, I've been there, or there was people commenting and saying, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, no sites, you're just doing drugs, you're just on like. So it got more engagement. So I don't know what to do about this, because I'm not gonna. A thought that came to my mind is, if all I did was make videos of me crying my eyes out like a baby while I'm tripping balls, I would have blew up. If all I did was make videos of me hype as fuck, pissing people off, I would have blew up, right? If you are like, that's why people, the whole Andrew Tate thing, Andrew Tate blew up because he was pissing people off. If the only clips Andrew Tate decided to put out were the clips that he knew people would not misunderstand, then we wouldn't even know his name. That's a problem. Like, I don't know what to do about this, because I don't know, but I was just thinking about this, about how like the short form content can be misunderstood because it's out of context. But being out of context, some people want, because if you are saying things out of context, it can piss people off and they can misunderstand what you're saying. And if they misunderstand what you're saying, it'll get them to comment, because most people only comment when they disagree with something. So, I don't know.